Yo, what's going on, guys? Back with another banger video. In today's vid, we are going to be discussing the downfall of not Diddy, but Miguel. Yes. So in my last video, I was discussing the top 5 worst, most hated characters in Cobra Kai, and Miguel was number 1 because I despise Miguel, and I was going over examples in that video. Miguel's the softest character. He's the cringiest character. But there was a time where Miguel was the GOAT of the show. And since then, he has just spiraled downhill. Everything happened after the railing incident. So I'm going to be really going into detail about what the real reason was for the downfall of Miguel. Alright, so to start this discussion off, we have to go back to Season 2, when Miguel was on the rise. Some people say Miguel's prime was end of Season 1 in the tournament when he was showing no mercy to Robbie, but obviously we all know that it's either current, which is scientific and 100% correct, it's his prime physical state, or Season 2, which is I would say that's his first prime, and then he went downhill, and then his second prime is right now. So yeah. At the end of Season 2, we show him showing mercy. Now this, I wouldn't say is the start of his downfall, because showing mercy doesn't immediately make you worse, but it was a little, flare, little warning shot to what's going to happen in the future. See what happens when you show mercy. He gets yeeted off the stairwell. It's just proven in the show. It happens a lot. If you show mercy, you lose. Like in Robbie showed mercy to Hawk in the tournament fight. You could say that, or you could say he got distracted, but he lost because of that. So that was like the start, and then obviously he went to the coma, and then after that was when everything really started to fall apart. The first real thing we saw of Miguel just being a worse character was when he was crying in bed. He was yelling at Johnny. He was like, "Look at me. Look what you did." Okay, my guy. It wasn't Johnny's fault. It was your fault. You let your guard down. I'm not saying snap Robbie's arm in that situation. I'm just saying knock him out. Maybe leave. Like, you just did that and just let him bully you. You didn't even try to block any shots after that. Like, you can't blame that on Johnny. And then he was crying. Jeez. If it wasn't for Johnny, you would be still getting picked on by Kyler. Ooh, that is tough. But then Miguel did get a little win at the end of Season 3 when he beat Kyler, which is a slight W, but he did get beat pretty bad. Like, if you looked at Kyler and Miguel, I would think Kyler won that fight because of Miguel's face. Obviously, Miguel won it, but, Miguel's face was destroyed. That was nasty. Season 4, we had probably one of those cringe scenes of all time. Miguel hurt his back, and he was, "Sensei!" Oh, my God. Oh, my. Cringe. That's I don't think it gets more cringe than that. And people still think he would have hit Hawk. No, Hawk would have destroyed him in that match. But before that, he was getting trained by Daniel. Maybe if he was used to doing those kicks, like if he was being taught by Johnny that season, he wouldn't have injured himself. Just saying, you get taught by Miyagi, you usually get injured in the tournaments. Ugh. It's kind of right. Daniel followed the Miyagi-Do philosophy, got injured. Robbie followed the Miyagi-Do philosophy, got injured. Miguel followed it, got injured. All happened in tournaments. I'm seeing a pattern here. Miyagi-Do is not the way to go in the tournaments. Even Hawk, he won because he was using Cobra Kai style. Anyway. Or I guess you could say Daniel won too, but that was an illegal kick, you know. Next, we have Season 5, which is His worst season. Oh, I'm missing the part about... Okay, go back to season 4 real quick. I'm missing the part where he was crying over Johnny when he was like, I love you, Johnny. And Johnny's like, I love you too, Robbie. And then he started crying. Now, that's reasonable. That one is reasonable, but it's still kind of cringe. But that one's, like, mid. That one's, like, mid, okay? Back to season 5, like I was saying. We got him crying over his dad becoming a drug dealer. That was just the most obvious thing in the world. Like, who just runs an underground fight club? Like, bro, your dad is not Tyler Durden, my boy. That was just so obvious, and Miguel was being a little baby about it. And then we have Sam breaking up with him. Oh my God. You're crying over Samantha LaRusso breaking up with you. My guy, you should have been jumping for joy. Why? And you bought her that necklace, bracelet, whatever. Like, bro, you gotta get better taste in women. First, you choose Samantha. Reasonable for Samantha to break up with you after you hooked her in the face. Get with Tori, and she turns out to be a lunatic. Then you get back with Sam, and she breaks up with you and you cry. I don't really know what Miguel's doing. He needs to up his standards a little bit. And maybe date someone that's not crazy or a goody two-shoe. That's just, like, normal. Okay? And finally, we have Season 5. Season 6. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Now we have Season 6 Miguel. So, we see he lost to Robbie. He won in the last season. That was a little big. And this season, he lost. And everyone's trying to make excuses for him. When literally before the match, he basically told Robbie to go easy on him. Because if he won, he had a better chance of going to Stanford. So you're basically telling your opponent to hold back, and he still shites on you. So there's really just no excuse there. Like, you gotta just lock in. There's no excuse for not locking in. He just had to lock in. And then we have him at the end of the season locking in, and people are like, this is the return of Prime Miguel. I think it could be. I think everyone predicting, I don't like Miguel, as you guys saw in my last video. He's my most hated character in Cobra Kai. But he could redeem himself if he goes demon time. And I'm really think this is going to happen. Robbie's going to face Quan. Quan's either going to fight dirty or just demolish him. And then Miguel's going to step in. And I think Miguel still is going to lose. I think everyone's just getting demolished by Quan. I said before that I don't think Quan is that strong. But the way the story's going, and they introduce him as such like a threat, I feel like he's going to just destroy everyone. But I think his final fight is going to be against Miguel. And I think Miguel will lose. I don't think... Quan's just like such a... The aura they give Quan is not just they give someone so they can lose. Like, that's just... I don't think they would do that. But I think Miguel will take Robbie's spot. And hopefully he does show a little bit of demon timing. Because that would redeem him a little bit. Even though what he's done is kind of unredeemable. Because he's cringe. The 3 points of cringe I showed in my last video. And he sobs every couple episodes, and he's a crybaby. Don't really like Miguel. That's how he down fell. That's his downward spiral. Just got worse every season. The worst was definitely season 5 he cried twice. Season 4 he cried twice. I mean, this season was better than 4 and 5, so I guess he's been doing better, but we only got 5 episodes. We didn't get the full thing. So, I guess he's been doing a little better, but he wasn't that good this season. He's punching a baseball in the middle of a fight. What are we doing, Miguel? Anyways, this is my discussion of the downfall of Miguel. I don't like him, and this is why. See y'all later.